Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Three Hammers. It's Luke here and it's Europa League second leg of our quarter-final. Obviously we drew last week 1-1. It's huge. It's massive. It's the one we've been waiting for. It's the one that our eyes have arguably been on for a couple of weeks. You know, the first leg, we managed to get some results with the Everton game, and then on last Sunday we were terrible against Brentford. This game's huge. We need to give it everything. We need to leave everything on the pitch. To quote Rocky, we need to leave everything in the ring. You know, leave nothing, no regrets. If we go out, at least we can say we've given it our all. This will be at the Europa Stadium, obviously named after their sponsors. Holds 59,000. I believe we've only got 1,800 tickets. I think it was something around that sort of number. I do believe that, you know, there's a bit controversy around the tickets in terms of corporate and stuff like that, as there always is, which is unfortunate. No, the real fans should get to experience this. They played at the weekend as well. They drew 1-1 with Strasbourg. Goal from Toko Akambe, who was very good on the night last week. But they did have a few knocks. Lopez, their goalkeeper, took a knock and was replaced early by Polas Beck, their sub goalie. I don't know much about this guy. I don't know how good he is. I believe he's only played maybe 3 or 4 times in the league this season for them as a sub goalie. So, you know, Lopez is a good goalie. So maybe that will help us a little bit. Croquette's still out for them. And Ndombele went off in the game at the weekend as well, and is possibly doubtful. Bit like Zuma in terms of that. And then obviously Awar as well also went off in that game. So that's 3 big players that potentially could be out for them. And let's hope that's true, you know, because then it gives them a little bit of a negative, and obviously we've got a potential couple of negatives going into this game as well. I expect them to line up with the 4-2-3-1 formation with Pollersbeck, the sub goalie, in goal, Gutso, Boateng, Lukbar and Emerson in defence. Not too sure about their middle. I'm going to go with Awan and Ndombele to play. I'm going to go that it won't go for us and them two will fit in. Fav Paquet and Toko Akambe with Mr. Winker himself, Dembele up front. That picture should be posted everywhere around the West Ham training ground at the minute, and should be in the dressing room on Thursday night with him winking. If they need anything to get them sparked a little bit more for this game, they need to feel that injustice and feel, you know, what went against us, and use that and really channel it on Thursday night. It's such a huge game. We know what they're about. I don't need to go for their strengths and weaknesses now. We've actually seen them play, and it was only a couple of days ago. Again, if I'm really picking out what I found good about them, is they're a really good passing team. They controlled it in our half. But I will say, and I hope I don't live to regret this, it was slightly toothless. It was a bit like, you know, yes, they can keep the ball lovely, but I don't think they really hurt us. And I hope that is not the case this week. It could be with things I'm going to talk about in a minute. But yeah, there's nothing that really scares me. They're a good team. Of course, you're a good team. You're not a bad team if you get to a quarterfinal Europa League and their pedigree in Europe. I did have a little look, to be honest with you. In terms of English teams, in their whole history, they've played English teams 23 times, winning 8, drawing 8, and here's the key one, losing 7. So 8 wins, 8 draws, 7 losses. Can we be that team that equals it all up from? So they've got a nice little equal stat, and it'll be 8 losses for them. Let's hope that is the case. For us, obviously, Cresswell, we didn't appeal the red. You know, UEFA rules are slightly different. If you do foul it, I think you get a lot bigger time off. So it wasn't worth that risk. I don't want to see Masuaku playing unless we go to 5 at the back with potentially Soufal playing in the right centre-back role with Diop, Dawson. If it's not Zuma, then I don't want to see Masuaku in the team. He's too much of a liability. I'd much rather see Johnson play left-back and Soufal right-back. But yeah, we'll see. And God, please let Kurt Zuma be fit for this game. He's so crucial. Him and Dawson together are so important. Diop, you know, had these little brain wobbles where he just, I don't know, he doesn't think, he's not He doesn't read the game well enough for a top quality defender. There's a good player in there and he can do good things reactively. But in this game, we need our best players. And hopefully, I'm not sure yet. There's not been much news. I don't know whether Moyes is playing his cards close to his chest a little bit for this game. Hopefully, Zuma is just that he can have a painkilling injection and he gets himself through this 90 minutes. Because that, for me, when I see that lineup come out on Thursday, if Kurt Zuma's not in it, my confidence immediately drops. It will immediately drop. If he's starting, I will think, okay, we've got a chance. Them two are solid at the back and will hopefully get us through the game. In the midfield, obviously Rice and Souček picked themselves, which is really important. Souček needs to pick up his game. We need a performance like he put in against Seville. Hopefully he can get us a goal. We know he's good for a goal in those big opportunity moments. In terms of them three, or should I say four, obviously Lanzini will be welcome back. He didn't play well against Brentford, but no one did really. There was no one who could come out with their head held high in that game. So we would expect a better performance from him, and he could be that crucial man on Thursday night. Bowen, again, didn't get much of the ball, didn't play too well against Brentford, did play well in the Lyon game. I'm hoping that these players had this game in their mind, not that should be an excuse for Sunday's terrible performance, but hopefully, that we need a reactive performance. We need to be on the press, we need to be quick in the pass, and the quality needs to be there in the finishing. On the left-hand side for me, it has to be Pablo Fornals for the work rate, especially now we don't have Cresswell there as the recognised left back, and it will probably be Johnson. Johnson arguably is a better defender than Cresswell, but in terms of quality and just playing on that left-hand side when you're right-footed, sometimes it can be a hindrance, and he knows that Fornals will help him, where Benrahma sometimes can let people down with his ability to get back and defend. Mikel Antonio, I've had my words on him in terms of, I think, I have to honestly believe the guy is finished. He hasn't got pace anymore. He's been figured out with a turn. He hasn't scored for so many games. So many games. Yes, he got a big assist against Seville and he did really, really well for that goal, and I'll give him credit there. He needs a big performance, and I don't know how many times I can keep saying it in the preview. This man needs a performance. He needs a goal or he needs a big assist to get us through this game. He can't keep playing how he played. It's been awful recently. It really, really, really has been awful. But there is no one else. David Moyes can't really go with Yarmolenko because people will go, well, why don't you play Antonio? It is such a tough one for him. In terms of the game as well, guys, we've not won away for 5 games. We've lost 5 in a row away, which again doesn't bode well for us. Listen, I have to pick the negatives with the positives. We need to break that rut, and we need to break it in a stadium that's a tough stadium to go and beat, to go and win. I don't think they've lost a game at home in the Europa League, so it just shows the sort of challenge we've got ahead on Thursday night. Sorry. Do I think we can do it? Yeah, we can do it. We can do it if we turn up and play to the level we did against Seville, and I'm talking hard pressing, taking our chances, defending really, really well and controlling the game at times, and being aware of their dark arts and maybe using some of that dark arts ourselves to get through. We can do it. It's going to take a bit of luck, and I think we're going to have to really, really, go through a bit of a storm in this game. I think it might be one of those games where it's equal at full time, 1-1, 2-2. I think we might go out. I'm really hurt. I hate saying this because it hurts to say it. I think we might go out in extra time or on penalties. I just think we've hit a ceiling. I think that Seville game was the peak and the last bit of effort and the last bit of energy that we had left, and I really hope I'm wrong, and it will please me nothing more to come on here and go, I was wrong, and then boys give me that little bit more. They give me that little bit extra. They took us there. They got us over that line and got us that semi-final against Frankfurt or Barcelona, whoever it is to be. I really, really hope it's the case. I'm praying. I'm so nervous. I'm sick for this game. The only comparison I can think to this game in terms of nerves is the Man City game years ago, when Dean Ashton scored that absolute fantastic goal in the quarter-final of the FA Cup. Because the Middlesbrough game, I wasn't that nervous for the semi-final. I thought, yeah, we're going to go through that. The quarter-final, I was sick with nerves. I really, really was. So this is how I'm feeling already. 2 days to go. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much. I'll probably do a little live show either later or tomorrow. I'd like to get your thoughts. And I'm hoping that Paul has recovered from his little bout of COVID and he can do a little build-up show with me on Thursday morning, building up to the game. It'd be nice to get his thoughts on how he feels the remainder of the season's going to go. As I said, guys, if you have watched this to the end, please, any ideas for videos or any questions you'd like me to answer, I'm sure you have seen the Ask Luke series I used to do. Every now and then I do bring it back because it is a lot of fun, to give you the chance to, be the section of the video where I say, okay, it was Jack's question, Rob's question, Kent's question, or whatever. It's always nice to do those videos. Anyway, guys, come on, you irons. Keep believing. Hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to get to 4K by the end of the season, which is a really achievable target. Let's go. Please. Come on, West Ham. You can do it. Come on.